welcome back. So today I thought I'd do a bit of a different video. I'm gonna do like a get ready with me slash do my makeup with me whilst I talk about how I started my YouTube channel and why. Those of you who do know me from Instagram will know that I have been doing makeup for about 6 or 7 years now. I started just before I had my son and yeah, here I am. You know, when I remember to post and when I have the energy to do my makeup and whatever else. Anyway, let's get into some makeup. As I've said, I started doing makeup about 6 or 7 years ago. And it started on Instagram, of course. Why wouldn't it? Back then, it wasn't nearly as busy or saturated as it is now. There were a lot less people doing makeup, and I remember when I first started my first Instagram account, because I had 2, the algorithm was amazing. It was a dream. It was in chronological order back then. I don't know if you remember, but it used to be in chronological order, so you'd see everyone's posts in order of the time that they've posted it. And I feel like that was such a time to be alive on Instagram. And now, you know, I don't think I need to say much about the Instagram algorithm. Everyone hates it. It's awful. They need to just switch it back to chronological. Everyone enjoyed it. Everyone was creating content for fun and getting the recognition they deserved. Ooh, okay, so I'm actually missing a few years because it says on Google that Instagram switched to a personalised feed that prioritised content based on an algorithm in 2016. So that means I must have started using Instagram for makeup in middle of 2015. I stopped doing it for a while, and then I think when I was pregnant with my son, so that must have been 2017, I started doing makeup again. And I just loved it. It was my stress release more than anything. It was therapy, counselling and spending time with family and friends all in one. It was just a really, really amazing feeling. In 2017, I did start another Instagram account just because I wanted to restart my whole page. Having been away from it for so long, I felt I needed just that clean break and just restart fresh. So I did make a new one. And it grew really quickly. I remember in the first couple of months, I gained 15,000 followers. I just had so much motivation and drive for what I was doing. I was in an abusive relationship, so I did struggle to stick to a routine in terms of like creating content or just even doing my makeup. I remember in 2020, that's when Instagram for me personally started to get really good. It was the start, I think it was about February time, and it was amazing. I was getting so much recognition and it felt good, and like I was doing something that was worthy. My hard work was paying off. And then it got to about June time of that year and it all just plummeted. It was carnage. It was absolute carnage. I feel like it was the same for all makeup creators at the time. I don't know what changed. Weirdly, it felt like all of us had kind of grown up together and done, you know, Instagram things together. And it was like we all just, as an Instagram family, we just drifted apart. We just didn't have an interest in it anymore. And I think it's when TikTok started getting popular as well. Obviously, it was COVID time, so I know TikTok started getting a lot more popular and people were kind of switching over to there, and I looked at TikTok, it was Musical.ly at the time, I believe, and I just thought, this isn't me. I can't embarrass myself like that online. But here we are 5 years later doing YouTube videos. So really I should have done that then. By the end of 2021 it was like a task for me all the time. I felt like I'd lost all creative ability and motivation and drive, more importantly. Like there were none of that anymore. And I felt myself being sucked into these trends, and you feel like you have to do these trends to still be like relevant. I hate to use that term, but I can't think of any other word really, like to keep up with the times, keep up to date with the trends, and that just wasn't me. So I did stop for a while. I got into a new relationship in 2023, and for me, being in the relationship also meant that I didn't have time to do what I love all the time. which was important because that's how I spend my time on a night, on an evening, whatever you want to call it. I unwind and de-stress through doing makeup or anything makeup related, content creating. I think that had a massive effect. But then it got to a year later, my relationship had ended, and I just knew the right thing to be doing for me at that time was to go back to doing makeup, creating content, whether people like it or not, whether it's up to date or not. And since then, I feel like I've just been really happy. I am aware that I look like Casper the Ghost, but I've been in the sun all day today, have caught a tan, and now my foundation that I just bought a couple of weeks ago doesn't match. So let's just overlook that. I am not this pale. I am not this casket ready in real life. Just to put that out there. Now let's talk about why I started a YouTube channel. It got to the start of this year, 2025, and I felt like I wasn't putting out content that I loved. I want to be talking more, I want to be showing my personality more in videos, I want to be doing longer videos, and YouTube just isn't the place for that anymore. Everyone's so quick to scroll, and you know, you've got that lack of patience in everyone where they just want the quickest video, the quickest tutorial, quick makeup, easy makeup, and that's just not who I am, okay? I like to do creative makeup. I know we're doing some soft glam here, but I like to do creative makeup. It is in my soul, honey. So start of the year, as I say, and I just thought now is the time to be making myself a little more known on YouTube, because if I don't now, then I'm never going to do it. It was my mindset, basically. I do still love Instagram, don't get me wrong. I will still be posting there, and I still do post there, but I feel like I only want to be posting just creative makeup on there. I don't want to be doing all these trends and just like pretending to be someone I'm not. It doesn't sit well with me. I don't feel like I am being my true self by partaking in these trends, and you know, it just makes me feel a bit I'm socially awkward as it is. I don't need to be adding to it. So Instagram is strictly creative makeup now, I think, and YouTube, I just thought I'd start. Like, I have so much to say. I am constantly talking to people, constantly talking, babbling, mumbling. So I thought, why not start actually regularly posting to YouTube, because that way I'm doing what I love, and who knows, it might actually help someone. There's been so many times that I've felt like shit and I've gone onto YouTube, watched my favourite YouTuber, and it just instantly lifts your mood, doesn't it? I could also be wrong, but I don't feel like YouTube is as saturated as Instagram when it comes to like makeup creators. I feel like there is a lot more space on YouTube. I feel like YouTube videos and just YouTube in general relies more on personality than anything else, and I feel like that's why there's so much space for everybody on this platform, because nobody is the same, everybody is different, we've all got different personalities, we all show our talents and skills in different ways, and that's why I feel like YouTube is just great for everyone, no matter who you are. One thing I will say about YouTube over Instagram is that I do feel like the hate comments are a lot more prevalent, shall we say. But again, I don't have that in me to take on board negative comments, and especially from people who don't know me in real life, I will not let that bother me, okay? I might have the odd person saying that I don't belong on YouTube because I'm too ugly, but really, I don't care about what you think, especially when I can't even see your face in your profile picture, okay, honey? Yeah, it just makes you look a div, actually, so you do you. I also feel like YouTube is somewhere that I can be myself. Instagram is very, everything's got to be perfect, everything's got to be filmed perfectly, no camera shaking, you know, no mistakes, everything's got to be 10, 10, 10 all across the board. But I feel like with YouTube, you can be your goofy little self and no one's gonna care, no one's gonna hate you for that. I feel like Instagram, you can get quite a lot of judgy people on there. If you find your community and you find your people within that community, then you are a lot better off. But I feel like Instagram can sometimes feel like a dick measuring contest, and you just, it shouldn't be like that. We are all talented, we are all beautiful, we all have space on these platforms, okay? So they are the main reasons that I started my YouTube channel. I have had a YouTube account since 2019, But of course I never posted anything up until the start of this year. And now we're at a steady 614,000 views, I think, on my channel, which is amazing. To say I've only been doing it since about March time, February, March, I feel like that is a lot of views. I know it's not all about the views. I know everyone always says it's not about the views, but there is a part of you that does think that's important, of course, otherwise you wouldn't be doing it, and anyone who says different is just lying, in my opinion. In a nutshell, I feel like Instagram is, you know, you can't be yourself on there as much as YouTube. Maybe that is just me and how I feel, but there's just something about YouTube which is just so much more appealing to me at this point in my life, and it just makes me feel something that Instagram doesn't. I feel like I'm talking about a relationship here. I'm not. Back in 2020 is when I first received my first PR package, I believe. It was my first one anyway. It was one of my first on my bucket list, shall we say. And it was Colourpop. They were the first people to add me to the PR list. I still remember that email, actually. I still remember it. Receiving that was incredible. I felt like anything was possible. I remember getting the email and them asking me to choose 5 products, I think it was, that I loved or wanted to try. I chose the Honey eyeshadow palette, the Ariba liquid lipstick, one of the OG creme gel liners, a BFF mascara. I think it was just a normal shade, I don't think it was anything colourful, and I can't remember the 5th item, but if you know Colourpop, you know it was amazing regardless of what it was, because Colourpop never miss with anything. They never miss. Incredible. Look at me feeling myself so much more now that my makeup's like nearly done. 5 years later, Colourpop are still a brand that support me. They have done, even on the times that I haven't posted for like almost a year. They really are probably my favourite brand because of that. They have been so supportive. They've always checked in on me when I've had a break. And it's rare for brands these days to actually check in on their ambassadors, influencers, PR receivers, whatever you want to call them. It is rare for a brand to actually check in properly, and the amount of love that I felt from Colourpop on the times that I needed a break was insane. It still is. They send me regular PR packages, and that also gives me that extra motivation if I'm ever lacking it, to just keep going and trust the process, trust that what I'm doing is the best thing for me to be doing at this point in my life. And I just love as well the products. I'm actually using one of the shadow sticks here. It's iridescent. It's like purple and blue and pink, and it is just gorgeous. Shade Fury of the Dragon Multichrome Shadow Sticks from the Winx Club collection. Look, cute little fairies. It's just been an insane journey. I've actually made quite a lot of money with Colourpop as well. I feel like they're always looking for different ways to reward the hard work of who they have working for them. Even down to this look, I feel like if I posted this on Instagram, it'd have no place there. But I feel like I can post this on YouTube comfortably. And I feel like using YouTube, I'm not letting the views or the likes or the subscribers define me. I feel like it really takes over your life on Instagram. It can be hard to turn that part of your brain off where it's needing the reassurance almost of having a certain amount of likes and views in order for you to believe that you are worthy of what you're doing. That is not the case. You are worthy. I am worthy. We are all worthy in whatever we're doing and whatever we enjoy doing. Yeah, that's my little rant over. Do my makeup with me whilst I talk to you about why I started a YouTube channel, even though really all I've done is give you a bit of background and go into detail about why I prefer YouTube to Instagram at the moment. But yeah, this is a finished look. My hair is still wet, but I feel like it's still a vibe. Am I wrong? Let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this channel is your vibe. And turn on notifications, because that's the only way you're going to get notified about videos apparently. Shorts, kind of, you get notified for that, but videos you just want to woo! Love you. Bye.